Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Hi, welcome to End Credit Reviews, and Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is criminally underrated. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is the first and only attempt to make an anthology series out of Halloween from 1982. It was directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, who directed other horror movies such as Fright Night Part 2 and It. It stars Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, and Dan O'Hernley. After Halloween 2, John Carpenter, who directed the first one, didn't want to resurrect Michael Myers after he was killed off, so he had the idea of making this into an anthology series. When it was released, audiences hated it just because Michael Myers was not in it.
Because who would ever think a movie series called Halloween could have any other Halloween-themed stories?
That is like the equivalent of hating 10 Cloverfield Lane just because the Cloverfield monster is not in it. So before I begin, I want to make a few statements. First is that this is an analyzation, not a review, so there will be spoilers throughout. Second is that just because I think this movie is underrated doesn't mean I won't point out some things that I might have not liked about it. And finally, this is a copyright disclaimer. This means that I do not own any of the video, audio, or music footage from this movie. So without further ado, here is why I think Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is criminally underrated. The movie opens up to a man running for his life from a bunch of guys in suits. He gets saved by a guy at a gas station while the news talks some exposition.
Leaving British authorities still baffled and without any substantial clues 9 months after the theft.
We are then introduced to Daniel, played by Tom Atkins, who tends to the man while noticing a Halloween mask. And no, not the Michael Myers one.
Doc said Michael Myers.
This is Mike Myers.
It should be the Halloween mask.
This is a Halloween mask.
No, the killer dude from Halloween.
Oh, you mean Jason?
One of the men in suits finds him and kills him, then lights himself on fire. Very much how audiences felt doing after watching the Halloween movies by Rob Zombie. This sort of thing puzzles him while a catchy commercial plays.
8 more days to Halloween.
Turn that down.
Halloween. 8 more days to Halloween, Silver.
This is Chavez.
He then meets up with the daughter of the man killed named Ellie, played by Stacey Nelkin, and she convinces him to help her investigate her father's death. They drive over to the town where the Silver Shamrock factory is at and arrive at a motel. They come across other travelers who vacate near them. Daniel then talks to one of the town folk.
You happen to know anything about this Cochran? Do I know anything? He made Santa Maria what it is today. Let me tell you something, mister. He brought in every damn one of them factory people from the outside. You think he'd hire me, local boy? No way.
He gets caught by the men in suits, and they kill him. One of the women staying at the motel gets curious to see what is beneath the Silver Shamrock mask and...
What's wrong with your face?
These two don't notice this because they are too busy playing trick-or-treat adult style.
What's that?
Who cares?
Men in lab coats confiscate her body, and Daniel gets more suspicious. The people at the motel take a tour of the factory where they are given an introduction to Connell Cochran, played by Dan O'Hernley, who is the owner of the factory. He seems like an alright guy, except there are a few subtleties that something isn't right. Yeah, take notes, Frozen. Daniel then sneaks around, and then gets attacked by one of the guys in suits. It turns out that the guys in suits are cyborgs, and Connell tells Daniel about his plan.
An ancient sacrificial circle. Stonehenge. It has a power in it. A force. Even a particle. Devastating.
But things get very disturbing when he shows off a family being tested, and what happens when a kid puts on a mask while the video plays. Not only is it balls to the wall where it shows a kid being killed by a mask, but the parents watch it happen, and they get killed as a result. He gets tied up, and Connell tells him why he's doing this sinister plan.
Halloween. The Festival of Samhain. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago, and the hills ran red with the blood of animals and children.
He covers him with a mask, and he watches the first Halloween movie. He escapes, throws his mask on the camera, and frees Ellie, who is also captured as well. They sneak into where the Stonehenge is at, they toss the pieces of it while the video plays, thus destroying the bad guys, including Connell, and destroying the factory. They try to drive back to warn people, however in a plot twist, Ellie is a cyborg. So was she one the whole time, or was she killed and then replaced by one as a backup plan? But he overcomes this and drives away. He gets on a phone to warn broadcasters about what will happen if they play the video.
If it goes out, it means the death of millions of people, everyone watching. Don't you understand that? Well, say it's a bomb, then say whatever you want, say whatever you like, just get it off the air.
But it is too late as one of the channels plays it.
Stop it! Stop it!
This movie is not as great as the first Halloween movie, but it's very good. Think about it. This guy killed more people in one movie than Michael Myers has in his whole filmography. The soundtrack for this movie is so good, and the Silver Shamrock theme is London Bridge. I'm happy that this movie has gotten more positive attention in recent years, but that people are more open-minded to movies like this one. So that is why I think Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is criminally underrated. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!